Thanks so much for watching On Call for All Kids. Today we are talking about the COVID-19 vaccine for kids ages 5 to 11. We'll be discussing how the benefits of the vaccine outweigh the risk of catching COVID-19, the difference between the vaccine for kids 12 and up versus ages 5 to 11, and what parents can expect after their child has been vaccinated. I am joined by Dr. Allison Messina. She is the chief of the Division of Infectious Diseases at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. Great having you, Dr. Messina.
It's great to be here.
So, is the COVID-19 vaccine safe for kids, and should parents get their child vaccinated?
Sure, that's a great question. The answer is that yes, the vaccine is safe and effective in ages 5 to 11. This has been determined by both the FDA and the CDC after reviewing a lot of data on studies that were done on thousands of kids in this age range. The other reason to get the vaccine is that it might help your child get back to a sense of normalcy, both at school and during the holidays.
What about if you or your child has already had COVID? Do we still need to get the vaccine?
Yes, it is still a good idea to get the vaccine even after one is recovered from COVID, the disease. And that is because the immunity that we get from the infection can be variable and maybe doesn't last nearly as long as it would last having gotten the vaccine. So right now it is still recommended for more reliable immunity that the vaccine is the way to go.
And can you break down the difference for us? What's the difference between the vaccine for children 12 and older and then the vaccine that's now available for kids 5 to 11?
Sure. So the vaccine that is available for children 5 to 11 is 1/3 the dose of the vaccine that is available for older individuals. So it's a 10 microgram dose of mRNA versus a 30 microgram dose of mRNA for the older individuals.
Are there any side effects that children might experience after getting the vaccine?
Yes, there are some mild to moderate side effects that one can expect, particularly after dose number 2 in the series. These side effects that the 5 to 11-year-olds had in the study trials were very similar to the side effects that older children and young adults experienced. And these were things like headache, muscle aches, chills, and even some low-grade fevers. Typically, though, these side effects were short-lasting. They lasted usually about 24 to 36 hours, and then the children did recover completely after that.
Now, we've heard a lot about severe sickness in adults who catch COVID-19, but how about for the younger population? What are we seeing in the kids?
Sure, that's a great question too. And while it is true that by and large, children do better with this virus than adults and older people, younger children do get sick too, especially older teenagers. Sometimes older teenagers can have disease very similar to what adults get. Very bad problems breathing, high fevers, sometimes bad enough where they need to go to the ICU and even be on a ventilator. With the younger kids, that's a little bit less common, but in the younger kids, especially those ages 5 to 11, that's the group where we see multisystem inflammatory disorder. And that is that inflammatory condition that typically happens about 4 to 6 weeks after recovery from the initial infection. And MIS-C can make those kids quite ill too. Particularly, it can cause problems with their heart.
And lastly, the holidays are upon us. So, is it safe to attend holiday gatherings this year?
Yes, I would think that it is safer this year than it has been in the years past because remember last year we did not really have a vaccine available for anybody. So I think that holidays are going to be safer this year. However, it is important to remember that if you are celebrating with friends and family who maybe come from areas of the country or the world that still have high rates of COVID disease going on, that wearing masks indoors, especially when gathering with a lot of people that live outside your household, is still a good idea.
Dr. Messina, thank you so much for joining us today and walking us through COVID-19 vaccinations for our children.
You're welcome.
And thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget, you can also visit our website for more information about COVID-19. It's hopkinsallchildrens.org/coronavirus. And there you'll find a lot of great information on the virus and how you can help your family. We'll see you next week.